Hey everybody, it's meteorologist Brad Penovich. I hope you had a good weekend. I know we were all at home, obviously, enjoying some beautiful weather. Hope you got outside to enjoy some of that. We start weather school again this week. This is week number 2. We actually did one segment the week before, but we had 5 days last week. We're going to try to do this every day this week as well, starting at 1 p.m. every day. So thanks for tuning in. As you see, today's topic is fog. How does it form? Now, we talked a little bit about clouds last week. That was one of the first subjects we had, and I hope you're still looking for those clouds using your cloud chart. Also, Friday, I did my gardening segment, and we did the beans on our windows, and my kids were excited this morning, got up. Hopefully you checked them, you put them on your windows. I'm starting to see some roots pop out. So we'll maybe do an update on that coming up later this week as we see some of these plants start to take off. But today's topic is brought to us by meteorologist Iisha Scott. She's going to talk about how fog forms and a really cool experiment that you can do at home over the next couple of weeks, maybe even try today, something you can get outside and do. And she's going to talk about how fog forms. So here is Iisha.
Welcome back to WCNC's Weather School. I am meteorologist Iisha Scott, and today we are going to be talking about how fog forms. And I'm going to use this simple experiment to maybe give you some better insight to how fog actually develops. So what you'll need for this experiment, a jar of hot water. Now you want it to be hot. It doesn't have to be boiling hot water, but you want it to be hot. You'll also need some ice. I have a plate of ice right here. You'll also need a strainer. If you don't have a regular strainer, you can use a styrofoam cup. Just poke some holes in the bottom because you want the cold air from the ice to interact with the warmer air in this jar. So to get started, what I'm going to do is pour out some of this water. This has been sitting for quite some time, maybe about 10 minutes or so. Be careful though, because this water is hot. So you're going to pour this out into another cup. You want to leave about an inch of hot water in here. So that's pretty close. We'll pour a little bit more out. Again, be careful because this water is certainly hot. All right, so you want to leave about an inch, a little bit of more is fine, in the jar. I'll move this out the way. Then what we're going to do is put the strainer on top of the jar. And then you want to pour the ice cubes into the strainer. And some of these ice cubes have already started melting. So what we have here, we have the jar with the hot water, and then we have the strainer with the ice on top of, or the ice in the strainer, I should say. So what we want to happen, we want the hot water to interact with that colder air at the top. And what we want to see is condensation. So we want to see condensation form around this jar here. So we're going to give it about 5 minutes or so, and let's see what happens. All right, so our jar has been sitting for some time now, and here's a look at what we have. We've got a lot of condensation in the inside of this jar, and that comes from the interaction of the cooler air at the top, the warmer, moist air at the bottom, and essentially this is how fog forms. So in this example, we'll think of the cooler air at the top as the air above our heads, and the warmer, moist air at the bottom as the air closer to the surface. So we've got essentially a cloud forming just above that warmer air at the ground. And whenever we have clouds form either at the ground or close to the surface, that's in turn what fog is. Fog is nothing but a cloud on the ground. So I want you to try this experiment at home, and certainly if you have any questions, send them my way.
All right, Iisha, thank you so much. Really cool experiment you can do at home. And again, last week when we talked about clouds on Monday, you want to go back to our YouTube channel. We have it posted there as well, WCNC YouTube's channel. Go to the playlist Weather School. You can look at that. Hopefully you spotted a lot of clouds because we've had quite a few over the last week since we did that lesson. Fog is a really cool cloud that forms near the surface, as Iisha mentioned. It's actually a form of stratus cloud. So if you have stratus on your cloud chart, you can make that cloud and actually check it off your cloud chart. Now, coming up tomorrow, we're going to have Larry Sprinkle on. He's going to talk about lightning. Lightning is really one of those cool, spectacular things that happen in the atmosphere. It's actually really dangerous as well, but how it forms and everything about lightning, that'll be coming up tomorrow here on WCNC's Weather School. Hope you're enjoying these. And again, if you have any questions, please hit us up via Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, email. Anyway, you can reach out to me. We'll be posting these online, obviously, on our YouTube channel. So if you missed any over the last week, you can go back and see those. But if you want to watch them live like you did today, they will air every day at 1 p.m. Monday through Friday on all of our social channels. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram. Well, not Instagram, but I'm going to upload this Instagram here when we're done. Hope you guys are doing well. Enjoy the weather today. It is going to be another mild one, not as hot as this weekend, with temperatures in the mid 70s today. A big cool down coming later this week. So get outside early this week because we're going to see some chilly air moving in. Hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and thanks for tuning in to Weather School.